Now, the news is tightening around Don Atiq Ahmed. Uttar Pradesh Police has reached the Sabarmati jail in Gujarat to pick him up. Sources are saying he will be brought back to Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh. The police will interrogate Atiq in the case of Umesh Pal murder case in Prayagraj. India Today has also learnt the police will bring Atiq back via Shivpuri route to Prayagraj. Police will be travelling with him for almost 24 to 25 hours. Now, this gangster-turned-politician is the main accused in the murder case of Umesh Pal, who was in fact a key witness in the 2005 killing of BSP MLA Raju Pal.
ठीक हम साबरमती जेल के ठीक सामने खड़े हुए हैं और साथ ही आपको दिखाते हैं जहां हाई सिक्योरिटी जोन में अतीक अहमद इस वक्त बंद है, तो वही यूपी पुलिस की जो गाड़ियां है वो यहां पे पूरा काफिले के साथ यहां पे पहुंच चुके हैं। आप देख सकते हैं ये यूपी पुलिस की जो प्रयागराज पुलिस की गाड़ी है वो यहां पे पहुंच चुकी है। ये पूरे दो यहां पे बड़े जो डिब्बे हम कह सकते हैं कि जो बड़ी वैन है, ये वैन लेकर यहां पे पुलिस पहुंची हुई है। साथ ही जो पुलिस का काफिला है ये यहाँ पे जो हमारे जेल के सूत्र है वो हमें ये बता रहे हैं कि आज ही अतीक अहमद को लेकर यूपी पुलिस यहां से रवाना होगी और ये बाय रोड यहां से रवाना होगी। यूपी पुलिस की ये जो दो वैन है वो यहां पे पहुंची हुई है। आप देख सकते हैं यूपी पुलिस की जो वैन है वो यहां पे पहुंची हुई है और प्रयागराज पुलिस यहां से लेकर अतीक अहमद को किसी भी वक्त निकल सकती है। फिलहाल जो ट्रांसफर वारंट है वो यहां पे कोर्ट के अंदर जो लीगल प्रक्रिया है वो लीगल प्रक्रिया की जा रही है, क्योंकि जेल के अधिकारियों की माने तो क्योंकि हाई सिक्योरिटी जोन के अंदर अतीक अहमद जो है वो बंद है। अतीक अहमद ने हालांकि देखिए जो उमेश पाल की हत्या के मामले में अतीक अहमद के जरिए एक याचिका सुप्रीम कोर्ट में भी दायर की गई थी और कहा गया था कि उसे साबरमती सेंट्रल जेल से ना निकाला जाए, लेकिन अब कोर्ट का फैसला आना है। वैसे में अतीक अहमद की कोर्ट के अंदर हाजिरी जरूरी है, तो अतीक अहमद को लेने के लिए यूपी पुलिस यहां पे पहुंची हुई है और यूपी पुलिस के करीब हम कह सकते हैं कि 10 से 12 जो कर्मचारी है वो यहां पे पहुंचे हैं अतीक अहमद को लेने के लिए। माना यही जा रहा है कि सड़क के रास्ते अतीक अहमद को लेकर यहां से यूपी पुलिस जो है वो यहां से निकलेगी।
Now, after summoning the UK envoy, India has cracked the whip again on Khalistani surge that is taking place globally. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar sent out a big message to the governments globally and warned them not to meddle with India. Jaishankar accused the UK government of failing to meet the security obligations days after a group of pro-Khalistani protesters vandalized the Indian High Commission in London and also pulled down the tricolour on the premises.
We are a democracy. We are the largest democracy. In my view, we are one of the oldest democracies. We have democratic traditions, in this society which go way, way back before most others. Nobody argues with the fact that there should be freedom of speech, that there should be civil liberties. But these should not be misused to, espouse radicalism, violence, terrorism. So there is a difference between having rights and misusing rights. And when other governments don't appreciate this difference, I think they need to be reminded. That day when those, I would say vandals appeared before the High Commission, what was our expectation was not there in terms of security for the High Commission. So we've had conversations with the British government after that. I think the next time it happened, you saw things were a little bit different. But it is our expectation. As I said, many countries are very casual about it. They have a different view about their own security and a different view about other people's security. But I can tell you, as Foreign Minister, we are not going to accept these kinds of differential standards. When this so-called Khalistani demonstrations come, you say, I am doing freedom of expression. Now, freedom of expression doesn't extend to violence. It doesn't extend to somebody, today desecrating my national flag. That is not freedom of expression.
My colleague Akshay Dongre is now joining me on this story. Akshay, it seems like India has said enough is enough. The Foreign Affairs Minister very clearly saying do not mess with India, and also now pulling up the countries where this Khalistani surge can be seen.
Well, Well, Aishwarya, clearly we have seen not just on in the UK, in London, but we have seen in San Francisco, we have seen in Canada, we have seen in Australia as well, that there are certain people, there are very tiny minority of these people, the so-called Khalistani supporters who are living abroad, who, when it comes to taking benefits of the OIC cards, they come back to India. But when it comes to talking about our country, they are indulging in anti-India activities. But besides the activities of these people, it is the responsibility of the foreign governments to follow the Vienna Convention, and that exactly is what the Foreign Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has reminded the governments of, that the civil liberties cannot be misused to espouse radicalism, terrorism and violence. We have seen that in London our High Commission was attacked, in San Francisco as well. There are continuous protests happening by this group of so-called Khalistani supporters in Canada. And yesterday as well, another news coming in that the High Commissioner of Canada was summoned by New Delhi to talk about all of these incidents that are repeatedly happening in Canada, which is in fact a big move. India has registered a big protest with the Canadian government. They have cleared, the Foreign Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar himself has cleared that the obligations by the UK government also were not met, and he has reminded the governments to follow the Vienna Convention, the convention that lays down the rules of all the diplomatic relations between the country, of how rules are laid down to ensure that the diplomatic ties between the countries and the foreign embassies that are in different countries, they are protected by the local governments. So those obligations were not met, and clearly this has set a dangerous precedence when it comes to the safety of our officials who are working abroad. Aishwarya?
Thank you, Akshay, for giving us all those details on this big story.